Hello watch aficionados, I hope you're all well. What is happening? He's posting 2 videos in the space of 2 days, or actually in the space of less than 24 hours, but 2 videos in 2 days remains good news, I thought, you know, this week's a little bit quieter anyway. Not going out much, because when I go to the malls, I go places, you just waste money, spend money on things you don't need. Suddenly you start cramming electronics and everything like that into your whole life. Electronics that you think you'll use, well, you really won't. But what am I wearing today, guys? I am wearing, let me do my thing. I am wearing, again, the Panerai 1033. 1033, it just doesn't sound good with the Panerai, but 1033. Got it on. Catching a little bit of light there. What a watch. Anyway, I'm not going to bang on about the 1033 GMT Panerai. 44 millimeters of goodness. But so anyway, I'm going to continue today with the Q&A series that I've been doing this last week or two. So let's just jump straight into it. I think nothing's changed in my watch world since yesterday. I'd love to say it has, but it hasn't. I'm actually sat here with my 16600. I haven't. Well, let me zoom in on it, focus in on it. I haven't used it for a while. You know, I thought today I felt a little bit guilty. I thought I would at least wind it. I thought I would at least wind this little beauty. I've got it on the Rubber Bee strap. You know, Rubber Bee is decent. It's a good strap, Rubber Bee, but I can't get the right fit. I'm somewhere between one hole and another hole, 3rd or 4th, 5th or 4th, I don't know. And it's either a little bit too big or a little bit too small. I can't make my mind up. I thought about putting a hole in, an additional hole, but it will ruin the rubber. On that topic, just before I go into Q&A, when I ordered this strap was, I was stuck between a hole fitting as well. And you might not pick it up here. But I put in my own little hole there. I bought a hole puncher. Anyway, online. You know, what do you need? You need any excuse to buy something on Amazon. But anyway, I was a little bit disappointed because I like the strap so much. It's just I couldn't get the right adjustment. And other than there's one hole closer to another, it's perfectly situated between 2. So I'm really happy with that. And now it's got the perfect fit. But anyway, let's just jump straight into the Q&A. I'm not going to bore you guys. I think I've been at it for about 3 minutes already. So, next questions that have been fired. Actually, these questions were from last week, and there have been some since. And I'm queuing them up, guys. I'll stagger them across some videos. So, Ivan Mejia. On one of your previous videos, you were interested in a Seiko diver, the Willard, I believe. Which Seiko is on your radar for the next purchase? This is true. I was looking at the Willard, the blue one. I almost bought it twice. Actually, I've almost bought it 3 times. I've gone there. But you know what? I've decided I'm not going to pay retail price here for the Willard. I think they want something like 1,300 or 1,200 pounds. I don't believe that watch is. It's new, you know. It's one of 5,000 pieces or one of 5,500 pieces. I mean, that's a lot of pieces for the world. First of all, but the blue limited edition one. Once it drops down to maybe 800, or there's some discount, or there's some seasonal discount, or there's some end of year thing going, I might pull the trigger on that Seiko. I think it's a very nice watch. It's a nice size. Saying that, this feels tiny now compared to, you know, I've been in Panerai mode for the last 2 weeks. I put this 16600 on. It was tiny, and I think the Willard is 42 mm. 41 mm? I don't know, I forget now, but it's a lovely watch. And to be honest, if I go Seiko, that will be the Seiko I still get, either the black one or the blue one. I'm very happy with my SRP 777, and I'm very happy with my SKX 009J. Very nice watches. So next question, guys. Again, from Joe Bentley. Mate, the new Opaline dial Tudor chrono is a must-have. Incredible value and gorgeous. Not so much a question, more of a statement, but it is nice. I think you mean the white chrono Tudor, the white Tudor chrono. There's also a black reverse panda, so there's a panda and a reverse panda. I think they're really nice watches. I've definitely considered adding it to my collection from a chronograph perspective, since I've been considering adding a chrono for some time. It's made the list, but I'm still not sure that it makes the cut when you compare it to more traditional chronographs like the Speedmaster. I also really like, there's another one I like, but there's not a lot of them on Chrono 24. I don't want to mention it on here yet, because someone might beat me to the punch and prices might, not that I'm popular or anything like that, but there's only a few good ones on Chrono 24, so I'm going to keep that to myself. Maybe once I get it, or if I discard it as an option, then I'll let you know. But it's a very nice watch. What other chrono? The Zenith chrono. I've sort of cooled on the Zenith chrono, if I'm honest with you. I've cooled on the Zenith, the new one, the Chrono Sport, whatever it's called. I don't know. I've cooled on it. So yeah, the chrono search continues, guys. But yeah, you're right. It's a lovely watch, that particular chrono. There's another question here. One moment. Someone asked me, or Big Danny Boy Watches asks me, what does your nickname Steel Moon stand for, and what does it refer to? It's actually my pornographic name. No, it's not really. Steel Moon _ watches, or at Steel Moon _ watches is my Instagram handle. So I don't know how I came about that name. I think there were so many different names, and I know someone whose name basically translates to moon, and I thought steel. I like steel. I like pre-ceramic Rolexes. I like the steelness of it all. No ceramic stuff, you know, and aluminium, steel. That's it. So Steel Moon, and obviously watches. I mean, if I just called it Steel Moon, it would just be like, what is this? All right, next question. And this question is, sorry, one moment. From Tony Yoon. It's a good question. I think I've touched on this some time ago, well, a few years ago now. Would you be interested in venturing into the world of two-tone? Recently picked up a 126613 LN at the AD, and can't say I mind a little gold. Of course not, mate. A little bling for a milestone birthday purchase. I covered birthday watches yesterday, although that was birth year watches. So congrats, mate, on that acquisition for your birthday. Why not? Because only we know what the hell we want. I mean, everyone's like, what do you want for your birthday? Well, how much do you want to spend? $200? Yeah, I want a Rolex. So you got to go out and get it yourself. But I really like two-tone. I can't say I really like two-tone watches. I like them. If I really loved them, I would have one by now. I've never had one by now. I've toyed with the idea of having a two-tone watch many a time. Many a time. Every time I've almost pulled the trigger, I've walked away from it. I think they're great, but I just, you know, my tastes probably change too often. You know, one week I'm like this, one week I'm into this watch, one week I'm into that watch, and I think I've always considered the bluesy and the two-tone blackface sub a few times. I even was recently considering a two-tone Daytona. A two-tone Daytona. I really wanted to buy it. It was a 2012, 2013, full service, polished, all the works, all the trimmings, all the paperwork, everything with it. I don't know. I just walked away from it. It was a thing that came to me over a few weeks, and I thought, well, where's this coming from? And that's what happens with a lot of people with watches. It just, something jumps into your brain and you buy it. But For example, the Panerai 1033, I've been harping on about this watch probably for about over a year. The first time I saw it, I mentioned it last year on my series, on my discussion, and I went for it. But anyway, back to the two-tone stuff. Too much coffee. Back to the two-tone stuff. I like them. In fact, I've toyed with the idea of having a full gold watch. But I think now with the way the prices are and the way it's gone, I don't think a full gold watch will work for me. There are so many other things I would personally prefer to buy with that money than a gold watch. Really, I mean, I'm into my off-roading. I like my motocross bikes. I'd rather change the suspension on my off-roader, upgrade it to, remote reservoir suspension, if anyone knows what that means. These sorts of things, and gold watch would be great, but I really like the Rolexes I have, and I like the Pans I have, and generally like steel watches. But two-tone, I'm thinking about it. They're great watches. Anyway, I probably went on a little bit too long about that one. Next question. Brian, a week ago. It's a weird one. How can you go from being obsessed for years to essentially feeling nothing? The way I feel at present is that the watch box will probably sit gathering dust until I eventually somewhere down the line sell the lot. And this was in reference to a small exchange we had on YouTube in regards to him, I think, buying a Pepsi, a 41mm sub. He's just got them and just doesn't feel anything. And I think this is kind of the sadness of it all, of where it's gone. With Rolex now, you get the call from the AD, you're buying the watch. It's not like you're going to try it on and decide if you're going to buy it. You get a call from the AD, they give you this timeline of you have to be here within a day or 2 days, what if you're traveling, and you have to go pick it up. So no one's going to say no to free money. And I think that's where it's gone with Rolex. There are I have to say everyone I know who's a watch person, who's been into watches, is into watches, is sick of Rolex, is tired of it. They don't respect the brand anymore from their heart. It's dead. It's all from the brain. It's all me respecting stocks and shares which are making me money. That's it. Or liking it, feeling the buzz from it. With regards to Rolex, I think that's, people are just buying watches that they don't really like. Just because they'll make money from it, they'll store it. It's, it beats inflation. It's a sure way of looking after your money rather than just keeping it in a bank. The years of 2008 when people were dropping all their possessions, all their Rolexes to dealers, selling it for 50% or less. It's changed now, hasn't it? Because now the Rolex factory shuts down when there's a global crisis, when there's chaos, and suddenly what you have becomes a commodity. It becomes rarer. Everyone wants it. It's a currency. And I think that kind of summarizes it. Rolex has become a currency of some sort, and I think people are buying them unconsciously. They think they're buying it because it's a new watch and Rolex, I'm going to enjoy it, but I think subconsciously they're buying it because it's just a way of securing and looking after your money in case of a rainy day. I think that's where it's gone. I think that's why recently I decided to not buy that 41mm sub or sub no day. I would like to still acquire it at some point, but I just knew that I'd be buying it just to buy it, and that's about it. But let me answer one more question. I don't want this video to go super long. This is the smart question by Dan, PT and sports therapist. Do you even lift? Do I even lift? No, I was born this way, mate. I used to lift many years ago. I used to lift at university. I was part of the powerlifting club. I played rugby for the university as well. I've lifted most of my life, majority of my life. My father used to be a powerlifter. My brother was into powerlifting. It was just one of those things, you know. I have Eastern European genetics, so from an early age, you just get strong and you get tough. Well, I tried to get tough. Obviously, I never got quite there. But for me, the gym has always been part of my life. Whether it was regarding, you know, sports, whether it was regarding feeling good, feeling great. You know, a teenager, you want to be strong. You want to be stronger than your mates. I mean, I think even for a short while, when I was 16, 17, we used to do arm wrestling at school, and I had a good arm back then. I had a really good arm. Now it all clicks, and sometimes you guys see me wearing these sort of supports. Now everything clicks. My hips click, my knees click. I mean, when you're powerlifting or you're lifting heavy weights for a lot of your life, you put everything under strain, and powerlifting is one of those things where it's not quite bodybuilding. It's lifting as heavy as you can, eating to lift as heavy as you can. It's not what I'd say puts you in the best shape. It's more of, you know, it's just a sport, right? So yeah, that's just a little bit about me, and obviously I've carried it on now into the. I just noticed I'm wearing. Got these sunglasses in my pocket, so it's carried on into my life, and now even when I meet people or do business or whatever, I try and actually wear a suit jacket, and I don't take it off. I don't like to be kind of stereotyped as, oh, he's just, who is this guy, or why is he here to present to us, or what's this presentation, or, you know, look at him, where's his protein shake? But it's just stayed with me, obviously, years of training, and nowadays. Lifting for me is somewhat of just staying healthy for the family. Mental health, really important for mental health. There are days where for some reason everything just crashes in your head. You go to the gym for an hour or two, different person. And you know, I always recommend it for people. I think there was one question from a viewer that came to me the other day. He said, what's your routine for training? Any recommendations you can give? I say, make a promise to yourself. Make a promise to yourself in the mirror. If you can't hold a promise to yourself, just forget it. You can't do it to your family. If you want to make the change, make the change. Don't make excuses. There are obstacles there. Predict them so you avoid them. Don't put yourself in a position of weakness so that you crumble. And make the change. You can do it today. Do it tomorrow. But there's pointless planning it for next week or next month. There'll always be something bringing you back. But anyway, guys, I don't want to take it into a fitness pitch, but that's kind of what I wanted to cover today. And you know, as and when the questions come in, I'll look to answer more. And hey, you know, keep the comment section alive. I do enjoy these videos. It's just fun for me to share things off the bat. Like I say, I don't like to bullet point. I don't like to pre-prepare, because I always just see where the conversation takes me. I think when I do that, I think more information comes out. Even though it might be a little bit waffly at times, but just more information comes out. So guys, till the next video, thanks very much. Have a great day. Bye.